Today we're going to be talking about Psalm chapter 3. And one of the things I love about the Bible, I love that scripture just again and again applies to our everyday life, no matter where we are. So we start in Psalm chapter 3 and he says, "Lord, how many are my foes?" And actually before that it says a Psalm of David when he fled from his son Absalom. So David is in this really weird space. He's been forced to flee from his own son. And I love that he picks up this psalm just talking to God. Like, how many are my foes? There are many who attack me. Many say about me, there is no help for him in God. And I'm like, as I was thinking about it, I was literally on the drive over here, just thinking okay, I'm not like David. There's nobody after me with a sword. I can't even really identify foes, but I can identify that feeling of neediness, that feeling of helplessness. Lord, I need you. And those around me think it foolish that I trust in you. But then he even responds to their assertions that God won't help him to the Lord, right? He takes it to him. He's like, "But you, Lord, are a shield around me, my glory, and the one who lifts up my head." So even as his head needs lifting, he turns to the Lord, the lifter of it. And he says, "I cry aloud to the Lord, and he answers me from his holy mountain." If you see this here, he begins talking to the Lord about those who are saying that the Lord won't help, and then he turns to talk to those who say that the Lord won't help and talks to them about the Lord. I love that interaction. I cry aloud to the Lord, and he answers me from his holy mountain. I lie down and sleep. I wake again because the Lord sustains me. I will not be afraid of thousands of people who have taken their stand against me on every side. And so do you see this in the midst of his trial, in the midst of his need, in the midst of his helplessness? He's saying that he sleeps. He has what he needs to be sustained. And so I don't know where you are, if you're in the middle of a trial, if you're excited, if life is good, if life is hard. One of the things this psalm teaches us is that God is there to be addressed. Like, this whole time he's talking to God, and he finishes up in verse 7, he's like, "Rise up, O Lord. Save me, my God." Do you see those? Like, "Lord, my God. You strike all my enemies on the cheek. You break the teeth of the wicked." Salvation belongs to the Lord. And so now he's back talking to the thing that is causing him to run to the Lord. May your blessings be on your people. And so this psalm is just a really deep encouragement to my soul today, right where I am. Because today I need God. Today in the car ride over here, I was like, "God, I need your help." And my experience was not an immediate relief of circumstance, but nearness to Jesus. We have a God who, when we get on our knees, he meets us. When we cry out to him, he hears us from his holy hill, just like the text says. And so I pray that as you're meditating on this psalm, you realize that God is longing for you to cry out to him. Tell your problems who your God is, and tell God your problems.